In this tutorial, I'll show you how to post and pick up shifts, and we'll take a closer look at the other features on your dashboard. To begin, log into Recstaff. Once you log in, you're taken immediately to your dashboard. Let's talk about picking up a shift. Anytime I want to pick up a shift, I go to the shift board, this icon here, and see what shifts are available for me to pick up. There are 9 shifts available for pickup. Keep in mind that you only see the shifts you hold the role for. Once I click on the shift board icon, I see a list of all 9 shifts. Beside each shift is my availability. If you see a checkbox beside a shift, you are able to request it for pickup. The checkbox is dependent on your availability. If you don't have a checkbox, you can find out why by clicking on your availability notification. As you can see here, I have a few shifts that don't have a checkbox. Let's look at one by clicking on the availability icon, the circle with the line through it, to find out why I can't pick it up. It tells me that I have a conflict with another shift I'm already scheduled to work. There are some circumstances in which the system will prevent me from picking up a shift, and a shift conflict is one of them. Another is if you have an expired credential and your manager doesn't allow you to pick up shifts with expired credentials. This would only apply to credentials that are required for the role. So, I may have an expired credential in the system for child minding, but this is a lifeguarding shift, so that credential is irrelevant. Now, if I had an expired Bronze Cross, you wouldn't be able to pick up the shift if your manager set the setting to yes. Another setting your manager can set is whether you can pick up shifts that put you into overtime. And if the shift you're trying to pick up is in the past, you cannot pick it up, for obvious reasons. There are other posting restrictions related to employee types, such as max hours in a day or a week. If you encounter restrictions that the availability notification does not explain, please contact your manager to find out why you can't pick up a shift. If I want to see the shift detail, I click on the eye icon beside the shift. This lets me know when it occurs, the role, what facility and location, and who owns the shift now. I can also look at the work assignments, what I'll be doing during the shift if I decide to pick it up, any notes, and the history of the shift. Let's choose one of the shifts for pickup by clicking on it. I can choose more than one if I so desire, but I'll just do one for now. And then I go to the menu, the 3-line icon at the top right of the screen, which drops down the menu options for this page, and I'm going to choose Pick Up Selected Shifts. If your system has been set up as first come, first serve, you will automatically get this shift. However, if you require manager approval to pick up shifts, then your request will go to your manager's shift board, and they will decide who gets the shift. The system will notify you if you get it or not, so you're not left wondering and unsure whether you should try to pick up other shifts. Now, let's post a shift for pickup. To do this, go down to your shift calendar and choose the shift you want to post. Click on the shift, and you should see a post icon, an arrow curving right at the bottom of the screen. If you don't see this arrow, it means this shift is unpostable. A shift can be unpostable if the role has been designated as unpostable. This is defined by your manager during setup. Once I click on the post arrow, I get another screen that shows a pair of scissors, which means you can split the shift up. Let's post the entire shift by adding a reason, and then clicking the Yes Posted button. Now you can see the shift here with a red line running vertically down the side of it. This signifies that it has been posted for pickup. Now let's split a shift. So we'll choose another shift and click on the post icon again. You may need to split a shift if you can't do one part of your shift, but you can do the other. If it doesn't show a pair of scissors on the dialog, this means there are work assignments that are unpostable. Again, managers decide this. Your manager will also define the minimum size a shift can be. So you may be able to split a shift, but you're unable to create 2 shifts that are of the minimum size. If this is the case, please contact your manager and they can make the modifications to the schedule itself. Let's click on the scissors. Here you see the list of work assignments. Now click on the part of the shift you want to give up. It will show up in red. You can click on the entire hour or you can click on 15-minute increments. You may not be able to break up work assignments. Your manager decides this during setup as well. You'll receive a message if you try to and it isn't allowed. Notice how a message in red appears at the bottom of the screen telling us the minimum size each of the shifts must be. It goes away when the minimum size is met. Now I enter a message for why I want to split this shift. And I'm ready to split, then post. So the red is what I've given up and the green is what I've kept. Now click Split then Post. Here you can see the 2 shifts on my calendar now. One has a red line running vertically down the side. That is the shift I just created by splitting the shift apart. If I go up to the My Posted Shifts icon, you'll see I have 2 in it now because these 2 shifts will now show up here as being posted for pickup. These shifts now appear on all staff members' dashboards who hold this role. However, you are still on the hook for these shifts until they've been picked up. If someone picks up a shift, you will be notified via text, email, or both that you are no longer on the hook for the shift. And a line will appear through the shift denoting it has been picked up. It's important to know that when you post a shift for pickup, a notification is not sent out to staff unless the shift's timing meets the lead time threshold that triggers it. That's a bit confusing, so let's use an example. If my manager sets the lead time for urgent shifts to 24 hours, any shift I post that starts in less than 24 hours will trigger a notification to staff who hold the role of the posted shift that there is an urgent shift that needs to be picked up. Any shifts I post that start after 24 hours from now will not trigger notification. They will just go to the staff shift boards. So, if the posted shift falls within the 24-hour urgent lead time, it triggers notifications to go out. If it doesn't, then it's posted to the shift boards of each employee who holds the role the shift is for. It's a good idea to ask your manager what the urgent lead time is for your organization, just so you know exactly what is happening with your shift when you post it. There is one more setting that can affect your ability to post shifts. Your manager can set the option Requires Manager Approval to Post. If this option is set, then you need permission to post the shift. This doesn't change the posting process. You still post a shift as we've done here, but instead of going immediately out to staff shift boards, it goes only to your managers, and if they approve it, it then is sent out to all staff shift boards who hold the role of the shift. If they reject it, it is sent back to you to work. Okay, we've looked at the shift board icon, My Posted Shifts icon, and the calendar. Now let's look at the My Time Off icon. Here is where you submit time off requests. We already defined our regular availability in another tutorial. That was where we went in and filled out what we can work for a session on a regular basis. However, if you need time off, you must fill out a time off request. Alternatively, if you are able to work a few extra shifts, maybe 1 week during the session, you would notify your manager of that. Here you just click on the menu, the 3-line icon at the top, and add a time off request. Fill out the reason why you have to be off, and the type of leave. Then go down and click on the days you want off. If you don't want to take the entire day off, you can click on the 9-square icon and choose the time block that you want off. The time block is how we define our availability. This request is then sent to your manager, and you will be notified via the system whether they have approved your request or not. Again, this will happen via text, email, or both, depending on your communication settings. Okay, last icon, My Credentials. When you click this icon, it actually brings you to the user profile, and then you must click on the main menu, the 3-line icon at the top, and then click on Credentials. You may not have permission to change your credentials. Just ask your manager if this is the case. but you can view them here. You will be notified when your credentials start to head towards expiry. Your manager sets when your notifications begin. You can begin as far out as 180 days. So you would receive notification via email or text of which credential was 180 days away from expiry. Then you would be notified again at 90 days, 30 days, 14 days, 7 days, and then the day of. Your manager will receive the same notifications. Ask your manager when your notifications will begin. Your dashboard icons are color-coded. They change color due to timing issues. When your icons are green, there are no timing issues. When an icon is yellow, you're heading towards a timing issue, and when an icon is red, you have a problem. For example, when the shift board icon is green, it means that all shifts listed there have a start time of greater than 72 hours from now. Yellow is less than 72 hours from now, and red means at least one shift begins in less than 24 hours, the urgent lead time we've defined. To learn more about the dashboard icon colors, click on the help file on the dashboard and scroll down to find the section called Dashboard Color Timing, or type it into the search bar in the help file. That's about it. We'll discuss timesheets and payroll in another tutorial. Now, just go to the user profile to log out.